Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Wow, yes. John Andre, he had a very fantastic testimony, man. If you didn't watch it, he put it up there. Really beautiful testimony. You know, it's like everybody needs to appreciate our journeys, you know, and other people's journeys. This is really the secret, because you know everybody is, you know, getting this kind of mercy here, and basically what I'm seeing is, in essence, the Lord is giving Himself, which is this ecstasy, you know, to everybody as they are, you know, whatever you are, you know, whatever you are, and through that, it's like he said in his testimony, he felt like his ego was being burned up or something. And that's exactly, see, the Lord is not waiting for you to get rid of the ego or the false ego. It's not really the ego is identity. So the false identity needs to be dissolved, and that bhakti does it. It's like a dissolving agent, dissolves our false identifications, and then we start to see more and more who we are. See, it's the beauty of it. Yeah, so all this ecstasy is dissolving. See, this is what the Vaishnavas don't know, or actually 99%, 99.9% of people don't know. Because if you know, this is the Lord, you're an associate, you're the confidential associate of the Lord. Only the Lord knew this. Well, you know, and his intimate devotees knew the power of bhakti. And the power and the mercy of this incarnation is, if you make the connection with the real associates who have this bhakti, then you can get this what do you call perk, this benefit, this treasure, you know, and the Lord will live inside you, and just from that closeness, just everything dissolves, all your issues and problems, and it's really the only practical way to, in this Kali Yuga, to really make significant advancement. That's why everybody needs to come into this. Somehow or other, people will more and more understand the value of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. That's what, you know, witnesses to do. We're just here to stand witness for the mercy. You're all witnesses here of the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and how you got it. The Lord, you know, it's not like I want to be anything, you know. It's about, no, I want people to get this mercy like I got, you know. And, you know, that's why Prabhupada came. He said, okay, you know, you've been, you know, relishing this mercy for a long time. Now, you know, share it with others. And, you know, it's time. And then Krishna came, and people are getting it. It's working. And so it's just a matter of, you know, it's always going to be a matter. If there's no associate of Lord Chaitanya here in this world, then there's no awareness of that mercy. That's why you see nobody's been really preaching it. The Prabhupada knew about it, but he, you know, he's working towards, you know, and others, you know, I haven't been convinced that they know, but it doesn't matter. The main thing is whoever is in their lines, you know, This is where it really is. This is if anybody can come sufficient amount of time, you'll learn about the fabulous opportunity to get this special mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and you won't have to go through like what Narayan Maharaj was preaching, all these different stages to reach this mercy. Basically, this mercy is prema. The Lord will just give it to you before. Oh, there she is. You give it to you before you're qualified, just like John Andre. We had the symptoms of this prema, and he's just who he is. But he has faith in what we're doing, and he has appreciation now, and so the Lord is giving Himself. As long as you stay, if you stay around devotees, you'll stay clear, because this Maya is so mucks things up. She's like mud, throws consciousness, and all of a sudden you start to forget, and get contaminated, and then you go and end up leaving and getting other associations. What we are? We're kind of like cows. That when they got the grass, they're grazing fine, but sometimes they wander around. We read these stories, but we're all kind of like going to wander off. And Krishna has to come back and bring them. And the cowherd boys, they come and they herd the cows. So even Vrindavan, these things are like, even now, I just get revelations of all this stuff. I mean, I just loved it. I mean, to me, this is amazing. The Lord said, oh yeah, you see what this is? We see what this means here, and how the cows, the cowherd boys are the big brothers, they're the big brothers. You notice we need big brothers. Big brothers is somebody more mature in bhakti. You notice, like even Balaram is like a big brother to the devotees, the cowherd boys, and and then Krishna is the little brother, which is interesting. I mean, all of this stuff is so esoteric and so deep. Krishna is the little brother, and also the big brother at the same time. He's the little brother in the sense, like in the sense of preaching. The little brother, he's in people, and he's like small. He needs to grow up, and that's why in our line, usually if you found a real person representing the line, there'll be more in the gopi mood, because they can handle all the rasas. And one is to be a spiritual master, which is you're basically awaking up Krishna and in people, and nurturing Krishna, and he needs a father, and that's big brother. See? If you notice, even in the shadow of the Lord, his potency, shadow potency, he's working like that in the world. There's big brother as the government. People think it's a bad thing, and well, if you're a little bit more mature, you don't want it. It's like, hey man, I don't need you to tell me what to do and all that stuff. But some people do. Some people, they can't function without it. So so there's so many different levels going on, and it's never going to be perfect. The government is never going to do a perfect job. They can't. It's always move on at a certain point. People get fed up and move on at a certain point, and they move on to higher teachers. Teachers more like demigods. After see, this knowledge is so fantastic, because it tells you about everything, about how the Lord was working in His worlds, not worlds. This is, it's incredible. I mean, I love this knowledge. And it comes through these histories, through the Vedas, and also through revelation on them. It's just totally amazing. So all of this, in a sense, when you really get realized, there's nothing to criticize, because everything is working according to the direction of the Lord. You really start to see that. And you become a neutral party, but still, for preaching purposes, you sacrifice that neutrality to save the devotees in the world. It's just like you become like a son of God. See, a son, like God does that. God comes to save the world, and He uses His devotees to become the sons in this world. to save others. He's doing it through those devotees. That's why he appears when the devotees are with him. See, in the beginning, I got this revelation. I was chanting. I tell you, man, this is the life, man. I don't know about people. I mean, I love this stuff, man. I just love, consorting with the Lord. It's very interesting, man. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was. God, I should have. I think I forgot what I was going to say. Unfortunately, I get too much into how good it is, and it'll come back. Yeah, it'll come back. Oh yeah, in the beginning was him. Came back. Yeah, that verse is so profound in the Book of John. In the very first verses, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was with God. And as I was chanting, I realized, that's what it is. The Word was with God. See, the devotee, and see, it says Jesus was the incarnation of the Word. But we all got to become that. We have to reach. This is the thing. What I've done, all men must do, he said, because we all have to be like that. And it's by the mercy. It's not like, now, see, the Mayavadi contamination, is, now I'm as good as Jesus. I don't need you. I'll never praise you or nothing. Now, man, slam, bam, thank you, man. I'm moving on. See? That's like people here. They come here, and they a lot of them, they're still contaminated with that, even though they're disciples of Prabhupada. And I see the same content. They come here and it's like they get a little blissfulness. Hey, thank you very much. I'll see you later, man. Oh, be friends with you guys? Don't need it. They think that's Vrindavan. They ain't Vrindavan. No, it ain't like that. No. Hey, man, we're friends for life. Not only that, for all lives. Spiritual masters, my Lord, birth after birth. So most master as well as friend. That's how. Now, if you're not that verse, you're not a real disciple yet. You're not purified. That's how it is. If you think, you see something, they come here. Every one of them did this. They all fell on their face. Everyone has done this. They come here, they get some ecstasy. See you later, man. Don't need you, friends. No, can you imagine? They think that's Krishna. You think what Mina's doing and all of these persons is actually no. That's contaminated. That's his shadow. Ungrateful. See, here the Lord gives you. He gave Mina some ecstasy. He gave Christina some ecstasy, right? He's not waiting for them to be purified perfectly. He's giving it them. A lot of people. Mahaviri gave ecstasy. My ex-wife is giving ecstasy, but they just the deal breaker. They broke the deal, the covenant. See, you don't deserve this. But none of them had deserved this ecstatic. Yeah, Mahaviri did not deserve to see the vision of Lord Chaitanya in that water. Matter of fact, he wouldn't have even seen it unless I made a comment on it. He just totally went out of his mind. This was because of his association here. But, this is that Mayavadi contamination that's in Prabhupada's movement. They got this thing of ungratefulness, wanting to be alone with the Brahman. See, you're alone in that, man. See, so anyway, the Lord says, okay, be alone. It's just you and that Brahman. You won't really know me. You don't know my devotees. You don't care about my devotees. That's not Vrindavan. Vrindavan is what you see here, right? Can you see how this is? Even in Christians, I remember, it's like if you really connected with Christ, you really be connected with real Christians. You'll feel they're brothers and sisters because you're related. You're part of. But that's meant they also need a little help because a lot of them, they go from church to church, and because they, the bottom line is the leaders their hearts are not really, that. Purified. Let's put it that way. Usually. I mean, really, it's all about association. I mean, this is so profound. This being a servant of Lord Chaitanya and around real devotee, he's bringing the cream of the crop here. The ones that really want him. You notice people here, they stick it out. The ones, They stay. They even though it's tough sometimes, because this stuff inside us, it's just always trying to pull us away. You know, because it's strong in us. And then as Krishna grows up, see, you stick around. Krishna's growing up in you, and then you start to get more understanding, realizations, and you get clear, more logical, more reasonable, more spiritually potent and powerful. See, and then Krishna, dominates. We become predominated by Radha and Krishna. Actually, Hare Krishna mantra is just simply Radha and Krishna. See, and then we become very friendly with them, and they help us and protect us. See, and then you become like your spiritual master, like this. You're the big brother, the spiritual master's big brother. You got to have it. If you don't, you refuse that, big brother will be out there. He'll be the government or some demigod, and they can't help you very well. Okay? People might say, well, who are you, Gohar? You're helping people. You think you're better than others. Hey, just ask yourself, what am I helping you with? I'm just helping you become connected like I am to the Lord. Is that a bad deal? What, to feel like the devotees feel in the spiritual world? I don't think I'm better than Jesus or Prabhupada or any of them. Yeah, go ahead. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. You are better. Because you give more. If their gurus are as good as you are, where are their witnesses? Where are their testimonies? Why don't they make videos to glorify their guru? He gave me this, and this is what he did with me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my revelations. Look at my chanting, etc.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
is happening because
yeah,
they don't do anything because nothing is happening.
yeah. That's why, Jesus, he knows it's always the same thing. That's why he made that parable. He said, judge by the fruits they shall be known. So otherwise, everybody is in, see, the shadow is always imitating, always bullshitting, always lying, deceiving, cheating, because the heart's not purified. See? So if a heart is, blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. If a person's really seeing God, really communing with God, okay, then it'll show in first of all, in their own heart, in their actions and deeds, in their worship. Now, and then the double proof is whoever listens to their word, because their word is transforming. See, now this is the idea. I wrote that status update. If you commune with Mahamaya, you get children, right? You get babies because you're communing with the opposite sex. That's Maya. That's Mahamaya. See, and then you get children, and then by hard work, you got to maintain them and feed them and all these things, and you're totally wrapped up. If you start communing with Yoga Maya, see, this is what we're doing. Yoga Maya is whether you're male or female, because the soul starts to commune with God, and you start to feel this communion is this love for God. See, that's the Holy Communion. Okay? So then you also, become sons and daughters and all of this, but it's a spiritual birth. See, this is what Jesus did. He made spiritual sons and daughters, and not just a few, and very hard to maintain. You could, like through the generations, the Lord uses such devotees to birth millions of persons. Look how many people have become saints just believing in Jesus. Started there, So the Lord, the main thing is this communion has to take place. Otherwise, everybody in the world is just communing with Mahamaya and just producing material fruits instead of spiritual fruits. See, we're producing spiritual fruits here, and that's by their fruits they shall be known. Where are the spiritual fruits? See, people don't even know what spiritual fruits are. In religion, in the ISKCON, in all these groups, even in the garden, they don't know what spiritual fruit is because there's none produced yet. I mean, I was there a year and a half. They don't produce any fruit like this, not even one. But they have austerity. See, they think, oh, the fruit is austerity or the fruit is renunciation. Everything that the Lord said wasn't it. And then they fault me for saying, hey, the Lord says it wasn't it. This is it. What you see here, prema. Oh, no, we don't believe that you can have prema. Our guru said, Narayan Raj said, you can't have prema. It takes many lifetimes. No, you got to go through the stages. First you got to, bhajan, first faith in devotees, and then bhajana kriya, and then, this ascent through anartana. You got to be first without all material desires, and then you'll get a little ruchi, and then we're talking lifetimes here. This was, I swear to God, that's what he was preaching. On my honor, that's what he was preaching. Over and over again. And they still do it. And they say, Gaurahari, there cannot be any prema in your group. It cannot be real. And ISKCON says the same. It cannot be real. No, and they have all their speculations. Oh, well, Prabhupada said you got to do a sadhana program and everything, and then automatically it comes. Everybody's got the wrong understanding. And proof that we have the right understanding here is because of the results. If Krishna was displeased with my preaching, how can you guys become so ecstatic? How can you get prema? How could it be? See, so people are really like a bit, twisted, and they say I'm twisted. No, I'm untwisting everything, and I'm using Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books to do it. And it gets untwisted when you have Big Brother, who is more mature in their communion with the Lord. That's it, man. We need that Big Brother. Otherwise, ISKCON will not advance. Gaudiya Samiti won't advance through that. They're not clear. And it's time to speak about this. And I'll just, proof is in the pudding. If they can't come, that's contamination. I mean, why wouldn't, if you really have spiritual greed, you really want Radha and Krishna, I say, and I show and demonstrate, and my disciples show and demonstrate and preach and witness. And you can't spend 30 days. You're not really, to look at this and to investigate. You don't have spiritual greed yet. You're just bullshitting yourself, but those who do, they'll be looking, and Krishna will lead them here. And so this is a message into all those folds. Just like Jesus said, I have sheep in many different folds. Lord Chaitanya has sheep in many different folds, but it's not always what you believe. Who you would understand. They just come, they just hear the message, man. Just like Amy, she heard the message. Where'd she come from? Just out of nowhere, Even Prabhupada preached this. Yeah. He said, there's Vaishnava on every corner. Just go out and preach. That's all I'm doing. The ones who are meant to hear this, they'll know. They'll see this is messages without guile. What is it? So, yeah, you mentioned my guru's name. Oh, you don't have full faith? Yeah, I don't have full faith. I don't have full faith in them. No, of course not. I have full faith in this. I feel this kind of preaching. This is liberating people, man. Yeah. You shouldn't have full faith in preaching that is delaying your because that whatever you believe. Well, I believe I'm going to get this in many lifetimes. So be it. Okay, you come here. My disciples and friends are witnessing. Oh, you can get this in this life. I've gotten it. Oh, I don't believe it. Okay, well then, so be it. You don't, But if you come here, you'll believe it. Just automatically, you'll see the symptoms. And then if you look at the books, intelligently, you'll come to believe. Logically, you'll see, oh, yeah. And then you'll come out. I'll point out where the Lord is talking about the mercy of Vaishnavas and how you can get this in this life. All you have to do is find an associate who's preaching the message of the good news. This is the good news for the Vaishnavas or anybody. Anybody. I'm talking to people here on the streets now and everything. They can all come. Anybody coming here, the Lord will see that you want this, and especially now, it was a great time. Look, what is your alternative? What, Big Brother out there, the government? A lot of people are they're getting fed up with that. What do you want the Big Brother to control every little action? I mean, it's getting to be that way. They want to control every friggin' little thing now, But that's the Lord pushing people. You want freedom, but is freedom none of it? See, the New Age people, they don't got it quite clear. Freedom is in the Lord. We're meant to surrender to God. The real devotees, the real associates of the Lord, real ones, they're going to teach us how wonderful it is. You'll see by their example how wonderful it is to surrender to God. And it's not hard. It's easy and gets easier. The hard part is the contamination, the misunderstandings we have, the ignorance we have. You have to be with those who have less ignorance because of their being deep in the Lord. And you can see they're free because of it. Oh, I can trust that. You got to see, people are losing trust in the big brother of governments and even the good people. It's not enough just to be pious or righteous. It's not strong enough. They're getting swallowed up. You know how many? I was talking to this nice Christian lady, and she says, yeah, even people in churches, they're getting swallowed up. They believe in the shots and they believe in the masks and they believe in the government, and they're right, nice people, and they believe in God, but they're getting swallowed up. They're like torn between two. They can't see who's really cheating them or not. See, you need everybody. I'm gotten so clear that you have now, those who are going to really survive, you have to be caught up in the spirit. You got to be raptured, man. But that doesn't mean, that's not what these Christians are believing. They think some external rapture. No, you got to be raptured inside, man. The rapture begins with the arising of the Christ in you. Then you'll be saved. Well, even whether the body, it's immaterial now because you're spiritual. You know that. The body's going to come and go whenever, a nuclear bomb could go off. That's possibilities over there. So what? Have you realized the truth? Who you really are, that you're a servant of the transcendental Lord? Can you feel the transcendental emotions and feelings? That's what it's all about. Because if you do, that's it. That's perfection. And for every one of the universes, and there are billions, the highest perfection is this. There ain't nothing else for anybody in any of those universes. And we're preaching the ultimate for all mankind in all the universes. Everything is full of the Lord's Maya. That's how amazing God is. His Maya is amazing. It just bewilders you in so many zillions of ways until you find the door. That's why the door is always the devotee who has he's with the Lord. See, in the beginning was the Word. That's God. See, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. See, the Word. See, this, ask yourself, is this Word with the true Lord? See, the devotee, you got to be an incarnation of the Word. You think, oh, that's impossible. Well, it's possible. It's more than possible. It for you to be part of God's transcendental team, liberating people like we do the job. You got to be that. You got to be like a Jesus, like a Prabhupada. Otherwise, step aside, man. We'll do the job because, hey, man, I got the order of Prabhupada to do this. Krishna says, hey, man, people want my darshan, they come through you. You're, because of your guru, I showed my second disciple, full living color, everything. She didn't know what Vrindavan looked like. She was only there a week. That's why Krishna came fat. I wanted to show that even she didn't know that Krishna's voice was deep. Vaishnavas would just like the Vaishnava Christians, they say, God, we're caught up like that, and you saw the kingdom of God. Boy, I would die to have that. My disciple, Vaishnavas would die to see what she saw. Oh, Krishna, literally seeing what Krishna looked like. Shows you the power of the mercy. Look at Lalita Ganga. Look at Johan. Look at River. Look at these living fructifications of love of God right here. And what are we? Nothing special. Look at that. For me to do with this, to say what I'm saying, I can't believe it myself. I believe it, but I mean, it's like, wow, my jaw dropping. These are things that Jesus would say, that Prabhupada would say, that these devotees would, and that's how it's got to be. You're going to be all like that if you're not already here. The Lord wants acharyas now. Hey, man, the Lord came here to make acharyas. People think, oh no, there'll never be another one like Prabhupada. Yeah, and the Lord is making these guys. What is the difference between Lalita Zanganga's ecstasy and Prabhupada's? You got to see spiritually now, not materially, not inconclusively. Conclusive, man. Because she's in the real line, coming in the right way and believing this word and hearing this word and putting it together and feeling and methodically going through this. The Lord is taking up residence in her, just like he did in Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta. And look, right? It's amazing. That's why, in these sadhu sanghas, as the Lord just points it out more and more, It's astounding, and we're here to witness the glory. Otherwise, if there's no witness for the Lord Chaitanya, everybody takes some other path, some difficult thing. It becomes very, very hard for everybody. And they end up, just having material children. Even the sannyasis, even the gurus and all that, their disciples are their material children still. They can't get above it. They can't. You gotta impregnate people with a word that is actually transcendental, and proof of that is your disciples become spiritually born, not materially just where they are. And then they're all just interested in staying. They can't get above it. You've got to be empowered. Oh, Andromeda is back. Good. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All right. So, okay. Whoops. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Let's see, open the window. Hare Krishna. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita.
I'm sorry, Gurmach. I want to ask a question. Did you said yesterday that Haridas Thakur was not chanting in ecstasy?
No, I didn't say that. No, I never said
Sorry?
that.
I understood wrongly.
Yeah, you understood wrong. No, I would never. No, of course he chanted in ecstasy. It was amazing. Yeah. Sometimes the language, it just causes misunderstandings.
Yeah, I was surprised, and I said I will ask tomorrow.
Yeah. No. Oh no, he was ecstatic most of the time. I just said he had a large capacity for it. He could take it. A lot of the devotees did. They could stay like 21 hours in this ecstasy with Lord Chaitanya. It was, but even then it became a strain for them. See, so it's just, this shows you the capacity is unlimited for this bhakti. And we're just beginning in a sense, but this beginning is big. We'll go as far as we go, but this goes on forever. Our capacities, this is unlimited, ecstatic, and this is the people to see. Wow, this is great. Your book never gets old. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita 10:10, that verse never gets old, and all of the verses, the relevant verses never get old. They just expand more and go deeper into it. The word is the bread of life. That's the secret. What is the bread of life? Is the devotee and their word. Because their word is always glorifying the absolute truth conclusively. That's the happiness that gives pleasure to the Lord in the heart. That's why they do it. They're here to serve the Lord, and they know that ignorance is what's keeping people from advancing to the spiritual platform. They need knowledge. See, and knowledge matures into devotion. That's why you got to hear. Jesus told his disciples, "You're clean by the word you heard from me." And then when he disappeared, they went and he said, "Just go and pray now, and you'll see what happened." And then the Spirit of the Lord awakened, the Holy Spirit, the devotional spirit. Okay, so that happens more quick here, actually, because it's Lord Chaitanya came, 550 years, and we've been doing. It's just all the conditions, so I don't have to die, and do whatever they did, Just the Spirit awakens now. See, we don't have, anyway, I won't get into that again. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think I'll just, for any new people that are coming, I'll read Bhagavad Gita where I left off. Yeah. I like this. I like these basic concepts. The people don't know this knowledge. It's very interesting to just see how it all fits now and how you can use it. All right. So Bhagavad Gita, where is Bhagavad Gita here? Menu. Library. There it is. Okay, we're on chapter 4. Transcendental knowledge. Oops. The personality of Godhead said, wait. Arjuna said, the sun god Vivishwan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? Yeah, you see, so Arjuna's coming this is what most people, they think materially. See, the Lord is thinking spiritually, just like here. People don't understand what I'm saying most of the time from the outside. You guys do, because you've been purified by listening. Okay? But most people on the outside, they're still thinking materially. Even gurus, even sannyasis, they're thinking materially. So they don't understand what's going on here. You got to be purified. See? Then you can begin to relish. So Arjuna is starting from this coming. How can you preach to Vivishwana? You're in this incarnation, and we're in this. And he was back then, and how can this be? Now, so this is a great opportunity for the Lord to preach the absolute truth. So the next verse says, "This supreme science." Wait. That ancient science of the relationship between the Supreme, told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, understand the transcendental mystery of the science. And when anybody coming here, you found the real path, and you can see by the map. And I just pointed it out. If you're on the real path, it's like this. You found a bona fide spiritual master. You become a devotee of a devotee, and therefore then the Lord trusts you, and he shows you his real truth. You actually, so proof that, say, Lalita, here before me, I'm looking at here, and there are others here. Just use the example that she's on the real path because she's a devotee of a devotee, a living devotee. See, the Lord will send you a living devotee. And she's a devotee of the devotee, but also a friend. She's a friend of mine. See? And she's my disciple. This is the way the Lord has set it up. See, you see the verse? Arjuna is getting this because he's got a living spiritual master. Krishna is acting as a spiritual master. He even says, "Oh, you're my spiritual master. You teach me. You're a living person." And so Krishna's opening his mouth because there's room for his word. There's room to go in. Okay, well, you're my devotee and my friend. Therefore, I'm going to instruct to you this confidential science that no one knows except the person who has got the real mercy, has this relationship. Big brother. Big spiritual brother, not big material brother. A lot of people getting fed up with that. Good. Yeah, I'm glad. Thanks, Biden. Thanks, Fauci. Thanks, Bill Gates. Move people along so they get it, Really, you just can't help them very well. You can't even help yourselves very well. None of you guys. Man, you want perfect help? Come here, man. Man, the Lord is fantastic helper, man. I got him living inside. Just, oh yeah, that's what Jesus said is really true. Oh, the Spirit is outside you in him. He came, he's big brother. He said, but that Spirit's going to be inside you. He's going to be your counselor. He's going to be your helper. He's going to be your friend. He's going to be everything, your purifier. You're going to see, you're going to have the pearl of great price living inside you, man. That's Radha and Krishna. See, that's what you get with a bona fide spiritual master. You're not good with that, the Lord will cheat you. Oh, you want to be cheated? Go to these other guys. Yeah. Do you want this? Do you want that pearl of great price? You want God living in you? You want prema bhakti? Well, I don't believe in go all right. Well, too bad for you. You lose. Oh, you missed this time. You missed this round. Yeah. So that's that very ancient science of the relationship between the supreme. See, supreme relationship. See, it's all about relationship. People don't know. Relationship? Really? With who? With a man or woman? No, that's same old something. Everybody's got that, right? No, this is a science. See, supreme science. You notice we teach it scientifically, don't we? We say, you see, you follow the map, you get through the forest. The little crocodiles don't bite you in the water. The little demons don't come out, the putanas don't come out and bewilder you. That ancient, see, it's ancient. Why? Because it's eternal science. It's ancient, goes back all the way to the beginning. Okay? Relationship with the supreme. See, we all got that. But it's dormant in most. First of all, they don't have knowledge of it. They don't know that should, how everybody says you're supposed to be a goal setter? I read this book called Science of Cybernetics. I like that book. Something in that book I really liked, and I'll tell you what it is now. He said, we're built to be goal setters. And that's why people aren't successful in the world. They're not setting goals. And it was right. You're right. People that are goal setters, they become materially prosperous in many different ways. But it's very difficult path. And they'll tell you, oh, well, you got to be disciplined, man. And you got to do, you're going to work your butt off for this. Oh, you want this. Oh, you want to be rich and all of that. You got to have some very lofty goals. What you're going to do in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years to be wealthy. Okay? See, and then I was telling Kamalakanta, because he's a little bit like envious in a good way. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that, but just in a good way. He's like, go Hari. Why? What is this? I've been around, I'm serving a Vishnu Jan, initiated by Prabhupada, and you're sitting on the beach over there. I'm not on the beach, by the way. I haven't been there in 2 months. But even if I did so, I could sit on the beach. I probably should go, actually. I should go every day. It'd be good for the health. Yeah, you sit on the beach, having a nice coffee latte. What about me? Why am I still? I'm getting beaten all the time, and you're just having a good time. You seem to be always blissful. Why do I get all the people beating on me? Well, Kamalakanta and everybody else follow this path, man. See that this is shiksha. See that the empowerment is here in this number one fool here. And if you understand this, then your life will be wonderful. See? Everything I got, you'll get. You'll be like this. Whether you just, people will just, just help you. The threefold miseries will be nullified, more or less, People won't give you a hard time. They won't hate you unless you're preaching, then that's okay, That's good, actually. Gets the poison out. So I got to do that. If I could, if I kept my mouth shut, there would never be any reaction. People would just, it'd be fine. I would just breeze through like the super soul in the world. Because that's what happened when you get a real close relationship with God. You become like a super soul. You just observe all the bullshit, and you don't do anything. But nothing really moves. And the Lord wanted some movers and shakers in this world. So he said, Nityananda, if you don't move and shake a little bit, shake up, shake things up a little bit, we won't accomplish our goal. People won't get purified. If I wanted just a super soul trip, there's nothing needs to be done. I'm just looking at everything through the eyes of everybody. They're unaware of it, and they stay in unawareness. Just like here, if I didn't preach these things that were uncommon, unusual, and shake up things a bit, shake up some of these gurus and all that, otherwise they would just everything would be going on. Now shake up their disciples a little bit, like, what's going on? How can he say these things? You got to shake it up a little bit, shake it up with what? Lies? No, truth. See? The whole world's shaking everything up. Well, not shaking, just keeping everything going down with the shadow, the lie. Everything's a lie. Just all the way up to religion, all the way up to these people being worshipped as guru. See, in a sense, even though it may help them a little bit, on this level of preaching is to go to the next stage. You have to worship Shuddha Bhakti. Only the empowered devotees, not those who have not reached transcendence. See, you got to hear the transcendental elevated message of even Bhagavad Gita that we're speaking here. Well, you think any gurus can tell you these things? You think they even know? Prabhupada knew, but he didn't always speak these things.
But Prabhupada gave society criticism as well.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Did. Yes.
Yeah. And about Christianity as well.
Oh, yeah.
Criticism. He didn't keep his mouth shut.
Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah. He was very controversial. Well, all actually, when you're being used by the Lord to preach in the world, it's always that way. It's controversial. Because most people, they don't know. First of all, they don't know how you become more yourself when you're connected with the Lord. You become more your spiritual self, and that is very difficult to get on how people can do it. Especially when you express that, see, then you start to move and shake things. People like, oh, wow, why aren't you conforming to the world? Why aren't you conforming to ISKCON or conforming to the Devotees Meetup? We all think like that. Like this, they're all into this. Okay? Well, I'm spontaneous devotee, I just commune with the Lord and things just happen, like a puppet show. Puppet show. That's why I like the puppet thing. I just get the puppets going and I don't know what they just start talking. Spontaneous. People don't have, they're used to control, even in the mode of goodness, controlling everything, So that ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme, this is so important, man. It's the Supreme. See, the Supreme. Doesn't that even sound good? See, we're not supreme on our own. You want to be supreme? Well, it's a science of the relationship between ourselves and the Supreme, because then you become supreme in this world because of the relationship. You become the best devotee, and I don't mean from a false ego. No, you become the best devotee because you're linked up with the Supreme now. You have the Supreme understanding, like this. See, Supreme, because you've linked up with the Supreme. You're an experienced person, a rare person. You become supreme in this world. How? Oh, your knowledge is supreme. You know the essence of what is to be known because you're linked up with the Supreme. Only they know. See, You know that famous verse, Bhagavad Gita 10:10? To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the real understanding, them the real knowledge. See, that's it. See, loving ecstasy is the link. It causes the yoga. See? It breaks the yoke of the world. See, then your yoke becomes very easy. It just runs all over the place. Runny yokes. Well, that's what we are, runny yokes. We broke the yoke of the world, man. See, no more big, heavy yoke of the world. See, Krishna, there's no yoke at all. Yeah, Krishna, Jesus' yoke was easy. Our yoke is like non-existence. The more you go into this, otherwise your yoke is just your conditioning. You're carrying your cross a little bit around. The more and more you let go of the cross, you start standing up straight, man, and you're free. Yeah, free in God, man. That's all. My freedom is in the Lord, man. I just surrender more and more and just more free, man. I love it. My freedom will always be in the Lord. I know that now more and more. I trust that. See? Your freedom is in that too, right? Because that's why you're looking so happy. Many people that are doing that. See, now you're knowing that ancient science. See, because you see that Krishna has to empower a real spiritual master to do what he did on the battlefield there. Same Krishna. He comes through a medium. He comes through his real intimate associate who knows that science of relationship with the Supreme. I know of myself I can't do. I could say what Jesus said. Matter of fact, if you can't say that, then you're not a real spiritual master and you're not a real devotee yet. You're not real. You're not substantial. You have to see it. You have to be like Prabhupada also. You can't say, if you say, oh, I wrote these books. No, you have to see, no, these are books dictated by Krishna. By my relationship with Krishna, all these things are happening. That's what he thought. That's what all devotees think. It's by empowerment that they see themselves in relationship to the Supreme. That's why Prabhupada came to me and said, okay, now you help my devotees, my disciples. That's why I keep spending time with ISKCONs and all that. Well, I'm serving the Prabhupada. It's our time now. You notice there are people who have connection with Prabhupada here, a lot of them. Okay? Well, hey, you got to learn about Krishna through Prabhupada. You got to go. Some of you went to India, or you met the Ritviks, or you went to the Namahatas. So you learned about Krishna. Now you're here. Okay, so this is my service to Prabhupada and the disciplic line. That's why they why should we neglect that? I mean, Prabhupada spent all this time to write these books. What, just if they have another rules and regulations? It's driving here. It's bringing everybody to a point where you understand this supreme science, deeper, not just, it's just a bunch of rules and ceremonies. No, it's more than that. It's intimacy.
Let's glorify him.
Yeah. So the supreme science told by me. See, told by somebody. See, me. Who is the me? Well, you've got to be purified me, not the me and the false ID in the world. See, by me, by the Lord. So the devotee's relationship empowers them like a flute is. The flautist blows the flute. That's a devotee. They're just being, the flautist is playing God's song through them, to attract people back to the spiritual world. See? So, yeah. To you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend. And if you're not like that, then that'll come to light, and that's your contamination, and that's why people leave. See? Oh, you're not, I see, you're not a devotee of a devotee. You just came here to usurp and steal some energy and then go off. You see, you're not the verse. You got to become the verse. See, Lalita's the verse. She's my devotee. As a spiritual master, she's accepted me as my devotee. Look, has it done her bad? You think, oh, what Gohar, you're in control. Has it done her bad? When she thinks of her guru, does it make her happy? See, and the thing is, she's saying, because it's Krishna's happiness. Krishna likes that she's understanding the supreme science properly. Now that's being guru. Now she'll teach that to others. She'll be that for others. The Lord will at some point say, okay, now already there are people say, oh, I watched her and I get ecstasy. That's being guru, man. Awaken ecstasy in people. That's what it's all about. Really. Yeah. We're work as a team here. Because you're my devotee, my friend. Therefore, understand the transcendental mystery of the science. And if you're not like that, you won't understand this mystery. That's why she's understanding mystery. River's understanding the mystery. Johan's understanding the mystery. Janaki's understanding the mystery. Govinda's understanding the mystery. Oh, Akshila, just on and on and on. I'm getting so many understanding the mystery. See? So, Arjuna said, the sun god Vivishwana is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? In the beginning. The personality of Godhead said, many, many births you and I have passed. Oops. And I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Now, you see our position in relationship to the Supreme? The Lord remembers everything. The Lord remembers everything, but we don't usually. Somebody says, oh, remember, okay, yeah, maybe you remember. Maybe it's just speculation of some horoscope teller, they just, oh, look at me, I can tell the future. Yeah, sure, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? I ain't trusting that. But the Lord, he knows everything like that. See? And so that's why if we establish this relationship again with the transcendental Lord, see, people need to learn about the Lord's transcendence. It's amazing. People don't know. They don't know how to connect with the transcendental Lord. They don't know the nature of the transcendental Lord. They don't know the nature of Sat Chit and Ananda. See, they need to. See, and then it gives us the focus. Remember, I was talking about goal setting. See, goal setting. So people have material goals. See, now this is the ultimate goal of life, is to establish this ancient science of our relationship with the Supreme Lord of all people, of all beings. We're all connected. Like one Christian yesterday I was talking to, she said, these demons, they don't have a soul. I said, yes, they do. Well, I don't know, because people are saying this and saying that. Well, Christians are speculating. They don't know. They don't have this knowledge. They do have a soul. Lucifer has a soul. Lucifer in our lingo is Lord Shiva. Of course he has a soul. Lord Shiva's just there. Oh, if you're a fool, he's here to instruct fools. He teaches them by actions and reactions in the modes of ignorance and passion. And he's their instructor. Tough love, man. Tough love. It's just tough path. You ready? Stop. You're getting kicked in the face. I'm over here. You're losing faith in the good people. You see that under surrendering to the enemy over there, or they can't get you out. They can't do nothing. We can. You can wake up and be free in the Lord, and whatever. Oh, they killed Jesus. He wasn't sweating it. They were crying. To the cross. And oh, you poor thing, Jesus, everything. Jesus crying that you're in. But me, come with me.
The sound is getting choppy, Guru Maharaj.
So let's see if it comes back. It may just kind of
Okay.
Let's keep tabs on it. He says, the worst is when you order a taco supreme and pay for it, but they only give you a crappy, a bogus guru. You want the supreme, but they only. That's a good way to put it. You want the supreme to find the real. Oh. Real taco, man. The real supreme one. Man. Proof is in the pudding again. You guys are witnesses. You're eating the supreme taco, man. You're not getting cheated, you know. Okay, I think we're back. Are we back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Fresh this. I'm going to just do another. Let's switch it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Okay, so we're sort of back, huh? Let's see how long this works. All right. So Arjuna said, birth to you, how can you serve? So the personality Godhead said, many, many births, both you and I have passed. Remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer the enemy. There's another good reason to connect with God in this way, the Supreme, because whatever knowledge, interested in material, that's his. See, and you can go in the world, in charge of the libraries of the world, right? Stays here, but the Lord is in charge, and his devotees. See, spiritual books that we have, the Vedas. See, the Lord and his devotees are in charge of the essence of truth. It's the most. That's why day in a week, sometime. Thing, see, it gives great satisfaction to the soul. You realize around real devotees, you realize life is spiritual. The bread that it's a real thing. You know, the bread of life. You have communion with these literatures,
It's
chanting
going
these
wrong.
verses, chanting names is holy.
It's going
What?
wrong for a while again. Yeah. I didn't react immediately, but it keeps on going wrong.
Okay, I'm going to.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Okay, we're back.
Hare.
Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear every millennium in my original transcendental form. Yeah. So, see, again, this knowledge is so wonderful because it shows you that the Lord appears not only as Christ, as Krishna, and Lord Ram. See, these are all transcendental forms. You notice, even if he came as a devotee, like some people are confused, is he the Son of God or is he God? You know, yeah, that's always going to be there. But the Lord considers even his devotee incarnation in Shaktivesh avatar, an empowered incarnation of himself. See? So the Lord comes, and especially he takes these great forms like Ramachandra, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. These are special incarnations. And you notice they're different forms, but in a sense, non-different. See, could you imagine if Krishnas understood this? They could see what is the difference between Jesus and Krishna. Just a different form. But they're both transcendental. The same kind of thing happens with these forms. The same polarization. The same intimate understanding of the Supreme is there. The same uncommon knowledge is there. You notice always people could understand these symptoms with Lord Chaitanya because people had, wow, people, Lord Chaitanya or Nityananda or their followers, they had uncommon understanding of truth, uncommon spiritual feelings. Okay? See, so that was in Jesus. That was in Krishna. That was in Lord Ram. That was in their followers. See? So, in a sense, these are just, in every millennium, the Lord appears. He's always trying to help us understand the absolute truth, our relationship with the Supreme. Otherwise, we're all cripples. You see how many people look crippled out there? Aren't they looking crippled? They're walking around less intelligent. It's all of us, man. Without this help, without our walking stick is reestablishing that relationship with the Lord. See, now we can run and leap over mountains of illusions, of problems, of difficulties. We're reinstated with our transcendental spiritual wealth, which is this relationship. That's all. That's what Jesus says. He says, you're gonna have this relationship that I have with God. So you notice when Christians get this, do they think they're better than Jesus now? Usually not, which is good. See, if you really have the Holy Spirit, you just praise the Lord. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, it's like that. Gratefulness is there. Some people they leave, or some people it just depends.
That's how you maintain it. It's by praising it.
Yeah, because otherwise you go into something material, something the false ego thing. Yeah. Yeah. See, although I am unborn, and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and that's what people need to see in this world. You need to see a devotee where their happiness is not deteriorating. Okay? They're not deteriorating because they're refreshed in their relationship with the Supreme. We're all meant to do that. There's no real refreshment in the world. That's why people are always, jagged. There's no real refreshment in the world. You think you can get refreshed going on the beach on a nice, that's what they come, oh, my refreshment is something material. Let me go and sit on the beach and have a pina colada, and all that for refreshment. That's not real refreshment. Refreshment is dipping into this relationship, like Prabhupada called it, being a ducking swan in the bliss. The Supreme is Lord. He's the Lord of bliss. He is the bliss. He's the Lord of rapture. He is the rapture. Okay? So this is really the simple truth that we're here. Hey, man, you come here, you'll learn the supreme science. You'll learn who this mystery is, who God is, what he is, how to connect with him. That ain't a bad deal, is it? Well, that essence of knowledge is here. You're not going to hear like, oh, God is great. God. Yeah, who is this guy? Oh, well, we just say the words, God. Communion, here's your wafer. Drink the grape juice. Come to the ceremony. Come see the deity. Come see the deity. Go worship the deity. Oh, every day. I'm Guru Dev. Come, go see the deity there. All right. Yeah. What'd you see? I saw the deity. Oh, a lot of flowers, lots of flowers. Nobody will ever ask, how'd you feel? Oh, that's something else. No. You're not supposed to feel anything. Just go see the deity. So it's a sight thing. See, it's a name thing. Just chant the holy name. Well, what's that look like? Oh, you just blah, 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 blah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Any other instruction about this? Well, yeah, that's what we do. You come here, you say, oh, yeah, chant with us. Chant in this association. Simple truth. Chant in this association with big brothers and sisters here who are more deeper, more mature in their relationship with that Supreme. And then you'll learn about that relationship. Otherwise, how can people that are not in that transcendental relationship teach you. How can they even say they represent it? They're not giving you the spiritual representation. Can't you see? People got to know what it is to connect with that spirit, the supreme spirit. Well, you're going to have the symptoms we read in the book. Yeah? You're going to cry and laugh sometimes and choke up, and you'll have deep knowledge. You'll direct people directly to the truth. You'll teach them how to focus on the ultimate goal of life. See? And then you see, wow, man, I was trying to get the goal of life being a good speaker by going to Toastmasters and all that discipline. I had to do it. And then I had to go another separate endeavor, and I had to go to make money. I had to go and learn all these things and discipline myself. And then to be a good father, I had to learn all these things and have all these children. Then I had to go out and work for them. And my life has just been one toil of the sweat of my brow. Just like God said, you lost your relationship with me. You put the fig leaf between yourself and me. Now you're disconnected. Go out there in the world and work for everything. Work by the sweat of your brow. Okay? You lost that connection. So here we're reestablishing the garden. See, you notice? So people think, they go, all right, why are you so, look, everything just flows for you and everything. Why? Well, because I just know this is why I'm here. I want you to have this too, if you want. The Lord wants you to have this. Don't you just connect it, be in the supreme. How can you get anything but benediction? How can you not become a goddess of fortune? Good fortune comes to you. You're connected with the true Lord. You know how to do it. You learned the supreme science. You came from an experienced person who knows the supreme science. You're not going into the talkers, and they're going around saying, I'll bring you to Vrindavan. I'm not in Vrindavan myself, but I'll make you think I am because I got motives and my heart's not really pure, but I'll make you think it's pure, and I'll just, until you get fed up with my bullshit, and that'll be good for you. Losing faith in that what's not real. Yeah. Here you don't lose faith. You could. Yeah. But if you stay around longer, you see, if you really want the truth, look, people are getting it. They're going in deeper and deeper in the Lord. And they're realizing everything is in that relationship, just like the book says. See? You're becoming the book yourselves. Now you'll be able to teach what's in the book as it is. I'm here to make acharyas, not little, speculators. Speculate on what acharyas write. No, you're going to understand what the acharyas write. And then you're going to speak what the acharyas write and liberate people. That's what they need. They need to know who and what God is, how to connect with the Supreme. You got to be a speaker and being used by that Supreme Lord, to liberate others. He has to see, like Madhavinda Puri, Lord Chaitanya says, because of your ecstatic love, now I'm going to appear in the world and deliver others. Hey, you're going to become like this too, if you're not already. The Lord is appearing in you, and then that means people will get delivered because you won't misdirect them. You'll be like the songbook too. By your word, ignorance will be destroyed because it's destroyed in you. Why shouldn't it be in others if you open your mouth? From you, ecstatic prema emanates. See, we're making real gurus here, real acharyas. I'm not leaving the planet, and then all of a sudden nobody's awake. Your leaders aren't awake. They're out there, just with their motives, and they can't help you very well. Maybe maintain the rules, regulations, and the deity worship. How long that's been going on in India? People just doing family worship of the deities. And then they just have their family gurus. They're not transcendental. Their relationship with the deity is not transcendental. This goes on generation. You don't think that's would go on in ISKCON unless we were a little bit moving and shaking things up? It would just be same old, same old. People wouldn't know what's really important. Here you learn the real ancient science of your relationship with the Supreme, and you show the world, your witnesses, look, I was crippled, but now I'm not crippled anymore. I was weak, now I've got the strength of God on my side. I was in fear, now I'm bold and fearless. I didn't know what love is, now I know what love is. Devotion, I never even heard that word, but now I feel it. Yeah. Others reach the level of love and devotion. Yeah. Yeah. And the way to reach that level is ultimately you need a person who's reached that level of devotion and matured in it. Otherwise, it's a very long path. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, I think most of us experience the lower taste by offering food, cooking for Krishna, making clothes for the deities,
Yeah.
making garlands. We all experienced this before. We know the difference. Um, we know the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
vouch for that.
Yeah. 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 You know the difference. That's the whole thing. You need side by side. Okay. What else here? These are great verses. These are really nice. Yeah. Although I am unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates, and that's what I like. See, this relationship never deteriorates. It's just beautiful. See, his body never deteriorates, so therefore, every time you chant his name, doesn't your relationship with that name doesn't deteriorate. It just deepens. See, it's eternal. See, and then not only is it just it's not like stagnant eternal. It's transformative eternal. There's transformations in the name. There's deeper understanding. Everything is in the name. See? So that's our relation. That's how we become immortal. See, the in the world, they're the demons. They go about in the wrong way, or let's say scientists. They think immortality is something physical. So immortality is spiritual because that's the physical thing will come and go. That's not who we are. It's not about physical immortality. I remember this one guy dedicated his whole life to physical immortality because he, heard that some of these yogis um, live forever. And I was watching him over the years. Physical immortality got a big following. A lot of people following. Oh, physical immortality. And I was watching him age more and more and more. Couldn't do it, but anything. All he could do was talk about physical immortality, and he was getting older and older. And he just died recently. An old man, but talking all his life about physical immortality. Didn't work. It never works. Of course not. There's no physical. I mean, maybe somebody can withstand, they can live physically for a long time by a special boon or some mystic yoga, but still, the body is not us. It's just a body, man. It's a house for the spirit. That's it. It's a house for our spirit in relationship to the Supreme Spirit. Now that's wholeness. Now we're whole. People need to see whole persons. People not seeing whole persons. See? In the world. Therefore, that's why everybody's looking at cripples. You're learning from cripples. People are crippled more or less in the world. You need to find somebody that's deeply connected to the Supreme Spirit and learn how to do that too, so you can overcome your handicaps. Otherwise, you're just handicapped. And you get more and more handicapped. You ever see these people? They lose a limb, and then they get an artificial limb, and then they maybe lose another limb. That's people in the world. They're losing all their limbs and everything, and they got all these artificial limbs to prop themselves up. This doesn't look very good. It doesn't, not to an intelligent person, but a lot of people accept it as the normal. Oh, this is the new normal. Yeah, listen to people that are not very intelligent. Listen to control freaks. Listen to people who don't really care about you, think you're a piece of cattle, who just kill you like nothing, like an ant. You're just like an ant. Yeah, yeah. And you believe in these people. Okay? The Lord ain't like that. That's why if you listen to his real associates and real devotees, they won't mislead you. They'll lead you into this eternal relationship, and you'll become an immortal. Truly, you'll feel it here in this world. Feel it. You'll feel like, oh yeah, my spirit is living as a vehicle. Oh, how nice. Hey man, we can shake things up a little bit now. Ah, I'm a handle for the acts of the world, of the acts of God. See, he's the God is all we are is the handle. Okay? But he needs a handle to swing that axe and chop up the world, chop up illusions, right? See? And although I am the Lord of all living entities, that's why I see you say they don't have a soul. So that ain't quite true, is it? Even the Lord says he, no, of all living entities. But most people are not aware of that. Demons are not aware of that. A lot of these the people think of the aliens, and they have all this technology, but they may not be aware of this. Just like now, look at all the technology we have. Can you imagine these guys with all the technology, the Bill Gates and all that stuff? They don't have any awareness of this relationship, most of them. Their relationship is with the technology. They get really enthused about it. You should see some of these guys. They get enthused about this diabolical stuff, that because their relationship is with technology. They believe in technology, that they believe in being gods on the world. But that's a big illusion. And the Lord is the Lord in them too, but they can't perceive that. We're in touch with the Lord of all living entities, and look at the happiness of this knowledge. Just to know that, can you imagine? Just to know that one thing. That's only one thing. Wow, we're in touch with the Lord of all living entities that most are not in touch with. Not very deep. You're in touch with the Lord in the mode of ignorance. When you have a bottle of wine in front of you and you're drinking that, you're in touch with the Lord in the mode of ignorance. That's him, this form in the shadow. It's God, but do you like that form? Well, I don't know. It's giving me a lot of problems, Now I just, well, it's not just why don't you up level your form? Go dry yourself out, and, follow the rules and regulations for a while, dry yourself out, and then come and connect with the deeper form. Go out and get a good job, work really hard, that's something to get you moving, in the mode of ignorance, you just kind of sloth and lazy. See, with that form, see, it's not a very advanced form of God. It's kind of the lowest form. See, so hey, get into the mode of passion, man. Get into economic development. Follow that path for a while. You get all, doing that. And after a while, you see some fault in that. Well, wait a second. Is there anything more than that? Oh, yeah. Mode of goodness, man. Do some discipline, man. Get that passion out of you. Expunge that. Get into the mode of goodness, and you'll feel happy. Do some austerities, this and that. See? But that's not the ultimate science. That's not even Bhagavad Gita yet. Okay? This is the verse. You got to be with a living person who's instructing you this science, because the Lord, the same Lord that was on that battlefield, is in that person, taking the job of instructing you this science of how to you and your soul connect to the Supreme Soul and experience this immortality and the happiness of that, the ever freshness of that. The reality, make that your reality in this world, and then deliver others that. relationship. This is sorely needed in the world. Everybody's crippled without it. Doesn't matter how much money you have and how much technology you have, they're all crippled without this. And you cripple others, and it's just action and reaction, miserable life. That's why you look at these, there's no real happiness in being a God on this planet unless you do it the right way. You want to be, even the Bible says, ye are gods, like ye are like gods. Yeah, you're supposed to be like that, actually, but not in that way, not contaminated way. No, you're like God. See, because you're like God. See, you like God. When you like God, you're like God. Your relationship is established, and you do no harm in that way to people. You lead them to the ultimate destination. You don't have to be anything special. You don't have to be something big, put on certain clothes to look like you're important or get big degrees to lead people to God. You just you have the truth. That's the only thing I'm proud of, is having the truth. That's my only real happiness, is truth and the ecstatic happiness of that. Satchidananda, exactly. Having Satchidananda, to be the immortal, because in your soul is awakened. And Chit, to have this essence of knowledge. And Ananda, what else do you need? What else is there, really? So whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, I descend in a Bart, and a predominant rise of irreligion. At that time, I descend myself. See, so that's how the Lord establishes, we're at that kind of time now. See, so the Lord descends himself, and he does it in his devotees too. Whether even if it's him in the incarnation or it's in him in his devotee form. Okay? The Lord has to descend. Do you notice proof that the Lord has descended here in this Sangha, in the midst of us, is real religious principles are being established. What we say and are established here in this world as the truth, because they are the truth, but they're unknown. These principles are unknown to those who are contaminated by religion. Even in the Bible is talking about this, where Jesus said, you will establish what is truth in this world, at least to the extent that they could do it. Okay? It was true that people have to look to the transcendental representatives of the Lord, like Jesus. People didn't know that. They think, they mix that in, just like this is the fault in the ISKCON and other things. You mix in the worship and belief in liberated souls with those who are not attained that stage. And if you knew what is the nature of a liberated soul, what are their qualities and all that, you wouldn't make that mistake. But people have made that mistake. They haven't gotten accurate information. That's forthcoming, but that's coming here. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think we'll. Oops. Yeah. I got up a little bit early today, even though I came on late. You were all giving classes and stuff, and so I think I'm going to go off for a while and kind of take a few Z's. And if we like God, we are like God. You simply, that's it. You got to like God, but people don't know who God is. They don't actually like him. This is the funny thing. When you realize the Lord, like you're deep in this, really, you realize what the Lord realizes. You realize people don't really like him yet. That's why I use the analogy with Jarasandha. See, Jarasandha was follower like the ISKCON and all these groups, Gaudis, they follow strictly the rules and regulations. But still, it's forthcoming for them to like God. They don't know. See, they don't know what it. See, they don't know God on this level. See, this level is an ecstatic level. It's the Satchidananda level. That they don't like yet. You got to acquire a taste for that. You got to, that's why the devotees, they kind of put themselves out, and if you're preaching, put yourself out. See, and make people make contact, and you got to acquire a taste. You ever seen these things, these foods? You don't right off, but they're going to be good. And they got to acquire a taste. It takes a while. Same thing. People have to acquire a taste for transcendental nature of the Lord, and which comes through the devotee. That's what we're doing here. Actually, people are acquiring a taste for this. Okay. All right. So I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to take a little rest, and I might come back a little earlier. So much I want to say, but I just don't have the. Hare Krishna. Thank you for allowing me to glorify Krishna and these truths. It's awesome, man.
We like to hear it.
I'm totally indebted to you all for this. This is great, man. Yeah, thank you for coming there, Dramana and Shamaguri and everybody else, and Amy's. Yeah.